Good evening. Welcome to Torg's Day night. It is good to be here. Welcome, everyone. We are here with the part 2 of Get In, Get Reggie with It, and Get Out, which is our second B team game. And when we last left off, you guys, here's the difference between Alpha Clearance Storm Knights and Gamma Clearance Storm Knights. Alpha Clearance Storm Knights worry about bringing rubble down on their head. Gamma Clearance Storm Knights bring the rubble down on their head because they're pretty convinced they're going to survive where their foes won't. And that's what happened last time. Although fighting against living gods, you guys managed to hold on to the momentum and managed to to save Reggie. We were having a discussion about Achilles before the game started. Save Reggie from the evil clutches of the conundrum. But in doing so, you tripped, seismic sensors. Just a ton of, but no one doesn't know you are here anymore. Because you brought the roof of this little temple down around you, and as you came out, the base of the Nile Empire is just... you have kicked over the hornet's nest. So we're going to start with a find roll and a question for Greg. The B team wants to know, is the name of the storm Heaven? The video every week starts off with the storm has a name. They want to know if it's Kevin. You can give me your possibilities tonight, Greg. That is the only way to deal with this situation. So everybody give me a find roll and let's get started.
Just find a way out of here?
No, see what you can see. Well, the places you will go, Reggie. The things that you will see.
Find is going to be mine.
Well, I started with a 10, and then I rolled a 20.
If you get another glory on a find roll, Maddie, we're gonna have words after.
No, I stopped at 39. But if anyone, I could roll a possibility. Should I do it, guys?
An automatic 49, and then if you had a hero or a drama card, you could get it to 59 automatically.
I am not going to feel bad about what happens tonight. I am just going to toss this out there.
39 plus 12
is 49.51. You are 9 short.
Hey, I have a drama card to you.
Is that a mind roll? So I could give you like +3 with this willpower?
She's getting at least another +10.
Okay.
Yeah, it's gotta be the dice, not the...
So that's 61. Okay. And I have a glory card. Can I go ahead and play that?
You can...
He said when we do it at the very beginning. It's always bad. But when we do it right away, that's the sweet B-team juice.
If you guys remember the very first B-team game, I had you guys make a find roll, and again, Maddie gloried on it. So yes, you may play your glory. I will give you, everybody gets a possibility. Ben, you get drive offensively.
Okay.
Ben, you get nemesis. Maddie gets willpower. Alistair gets just a flesh wound. And reconnect for Teddy. Hey, I know the GM and Zero Earth Element. I did not say hello to you guys as well. So, I appreciate that. That's Rookcat has Rookcat is a wonderful and generous person, and it is always good to see him. All right, so here's what you guys see.
You got goosebumps?
What? Yes, I did see that it's no more than 6 degrees of separation, Greg. 1, that earns you a possibility, and 2, thanks to you knowing my wife, you are only 1 degree away from Kevin Bacon because she served him coffee one time when he was filming a movie in Colorado. So, there you go. Okay, so what did everyone get on their find roll? Are you all just going to let Shelly take the find?
I got a 5, so I expect I found sand.
Yeah, I also got
in
a
my
5.
eye.
Yeah, you guys both came out of the rubble like this, and you can't see anything but your hands and your face.
I had a 26.
Shelley.
Teddy can see everything.
Teddy got a 26. All right. So Teddy and Shelley, what did you get, Mordecai?
I got a 15. Then I used my magnifying glass, making it a 16.
Cool. All right. So Malachi, Shelley, and Teddy, you all see this base of Dr. Mobius's in complete chaos. The explosion that you saw last time, you can now see this gout of flame shooting up into the night sky, followed by smoke, probably about 3 or 4 miles away. You can see getting on top or getting into a Zeppelin about 150 feet, 150 meters up in the air, so about 300 feet. You can see a man in a black skin-tight suit of armor with a bronze skull-shaped mask with a question mark on it. And he looks down at you, and you can see well, Shelley, you can see his chest rising and falling as if he is laughing. And Teddy, you and Shelley see him pick something up and press a button, and the whole Zeppelin kind of seems to disappear. Shelley, with your clear 60, you can see all of these tiny panels on the Zeppelin and kind of unfold over the balloon of the Zeppelin, and you can still kind of faintly make out the outline. But the Zeppelin starts clearly heading away from the base, moving very quickly. Shelley, what does your glory look like?
That's an excellent question. I wasn't expecting that to happen so quickly. I think bolstered by the destruction of one false god herself and the false gods of others. The basilica crumbles, and all that remains is the initial altar.
Okay.
And the space around it. And in the smoke, it's glory. Can I say that we can see in like the trail of where the Zeppelin's going? Like even though the panels have shut,
Yes,
through the smoke we can see?
I will allow that. I will also say, Shelley, you clearly see people moving through the smoke down the main thoroughfare, joining this vein of other people as they walk there in archaic to you clothing, but they seem to be singing or praying, and they're heading toward the Golden Gate, the gate, one of the main gates of the city. However, Shelley, with your keen, I mean, seriously, good Lord, keen find roll, not only do you see the direction they're going, but you know for a fact that they seem to be heading in the direction not of the city, not toward necessarily the Nile Empire proper, but they're not to the southeast, if you will. Or not to the southwest. They're heading to the southeast, far to the southeast, like straight, almost a due line southeast from this thing, and they're clipping very quickly. You're getting a weird echo from me. Were you picking up? Can you guys hear that? All right. I appreciate that, Mr. Furious. All right, keep going, guys. What's the plan?
Well, Malachi, if you don't stop him, is going to start singing along and joining in because, lady and gentlemen, we already had a battle. It's party time.
Too, and then on top of that, we gave Conundrum something to try and puzzle out himself, because that's going to be a hell of a structure to try and piece back together after all that.
Yeah.
I say cannon drum.
You guys do see there is a large flag here, and it looks to be like of a falcon flying through the air.
And What?
Jane, we can't hear you. Or
Now
at
you
least I can't.
You can't hear me at all.
No,
I cannot.
can't either.
Let's try that. How's that?
Hey!
Yes, you
All right.
just
Go
There
scored.
we go. So, apologies. There we go. So, I think we got that. That's ironed out. All right. So, what's the plan?
All right. So,
Malachi is starting to sing and cavort.
so we came up the stairs, and we're essentially in the courtyard of a military base. Am I?
That is correct.
Okay. What else do we see? I mean, I got a negative like 4,
You got a 5 on your roll.
so I don't see anything. But what else do we see in the vicinity?
You can see there are several attack planes kind of grounded there. You can see that there is a larger kind of old style transport plane. You can see there's a ton of jeeps, tracked vehicles. There are soldiers scattering like ants on an anthill that you have just kicked over. And there seems to be some sort of confusion going on. They don't know whether they're under attack, another base is under attack, that they're both under attack at the same time. What is going on?
All right. So is our objective now to get out of Istanbul? I cannot pronounce.
Istanbul?
Istanbul. There we
It's not Constantinople. It's definitely Istanbul. I don't know. That would be a good place to start.
Or
Well, I believe the name of tonight's episode is Part 2, Get In, Get Reggie with It, and Get Out.
That is correct.
all right.
It's my memory. I have a mind of 12.
Well, do we go with the party procession in Malachi, or do we hop in one of these fancy planes and go after? What's his
Malachi has some ads in air vehicles because of his similarity to another crazy hero from the 80s.
It is true. I know exactly who you were speaking of.
I
Okay.
don't care much for planes.
Oh, you do? Give him his milk.
That's right.
I will say that
You can
in
see
the
a Ramsey
aftermath, Shelley
passenger
did-
plane.
Oh, yeah. I will say in the aftermath, Shelley did pull out a cigar and is smoking it. Just, you know.
I feel
Better
sorry
one
for the
vice.
imbecile that's going to get me on a plane.
Lord.
All right, so how are you going to get Alistair on the plane? I think we've established Malachi is. So which one of you, Reggie or Teddy, is face? Is my real question. Maddie just
Hannibal.
Teddy's MacGyver. We added him after the first run.
Fair
All
enough.
right, so that means you're face.
My face. Okay.
All right. Hey, I know the GM. Thank you. That is fantastic.
Prisma of 8, but I mean, what'd you get?
All right, so you guys are going to take the Ramses passenger plane. You've got to get Alistair on board. What's the plan? Malachi, are you you're going to go get that thing spooled up?
Oh, I am going to start singing and dancing with the people if you don't stop me. It's a good idea that we get on the plane, but it's not my idea.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but
Oh.
the ethereal individuals currently walking through formerly Constantinople are probably not, in fact, from this particular time.
That is a good assumption.
They are, in fact, probably the worshippers at the Hagia Sophia at the time of the fall of Constantinople, who are going to become part of the walls at the Golden Gate. So, whereas our friend here may enjoy the hymn, it's unlikely that your particular procession will end in the same fashion.
All right, nut job under the plane.
All right. Malachi, go ahead and give me an air vehicles roll. Now, normally in a JM Torg game, this is the place where the plane is attacked by flying creatures. But I got to break that cycle.
So, Hear me out.
13.
All right. You get the passenger plane spun up, and as you take off from the base, what were you going to say, Teddy?
While he's prepping the passenger plane for takeoff, I wanted to booby trap the attack planes.
I was also going to suggest potentially, when we're in air, firing down into a fuel depot. I assume they have.
Yes, but just a passenger plane, so it is woefully lacking in weapons to fire down upon.
Not if there's a jerry can and diesel.
All right, so the plan is to blow up a fuel depot. All right, so Teddy, go ahead and give me a science roll. Go ahead and give me a firearms roll. Fire combat roll.
All right.
The plane propeller spit up, and as you start to take out, Teddy's running back, I assume, giggling maniacally.
Oh, son of a gun.
You did earn a possibility for your sweet Constantinople.
When we get in the air, does anyone need to be healed? We didn't really have a chance to do that last
No,
time.
you haven't had a chance to do that yet. Teddy, what'd you get?
A 24.
All right, you successfully booby trapped the planes. Are you booby trapping them to blow them up, or just to ground them?
There's no obvious answer here.
Oh, it's got to be to blow up. It's got to be to blow up.
What'd you get?
Even if it's a kind of blow up where they make it into the air, it's sort of like one of those nick the fuel line. So when the engine gets to temperature, it sets it on fire.
All right,
Excellent. I can dig it. I got a 20.
you got a 20. All right. So as you fly out, the passenger door open, Alistair holding on to Reggie, stabilizing him as he brings down St. George's Lance. The other planes are taxiing to come at you. The fuel depot explodes. Chain reactions set the planes off, and you guys fly out into the night, illuminated from beneath by fireballs. You then transform into a red circle that transforms into a red line as the music plays, and you follow the Zeppelin
Dun, 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 dun.
all the way across the Mediterranean, across Israel and Palestine, and you can see you are headed towards Jordan.
Traveling by red line is really the fastest and most expedient way to travel.
It really is, and it is the most Nile Empire.
Does the Nile Empire also control Jordan? My maps are.
Right there.
What am I looking at? That one. Okay. Gray is who?
No, yeah, it does not control Jordan.
Oh, okay. So it's back to Corbett.
That's right. As you guys fly, Shelley asked a question: is anyone wounded?
Kinda, yeah.
Malachi and Reggie. They're just missing a couple of teeth, a little something about the size of the kiwi fruit, but it doesn't seem to be missing.
Okay, I will heal Reggie first.
Now, of course, as you recall, this is significantly smaller than the wound that I left in the greater northern Ganges water river tract.
You've been living off that one thing this whole campaign, Ben.
I have a metaphor for it. Thank you, sir.
So the
Well,
DM
What? Oh, I was good. Go ahead.
the DM for my spell is 10, and I rolled a 17.
Okay, so you will heal 2 wounds.
Excellent.
Yes. And then for Malachi,
No shock?
And
oh, I didn't do as well, Malachi. 15.
all right, that still heals Malachi. So it takes you several hours. Reggie, you're free for the first time in a long time. They have been torturing you for many months, trying to get information, not just about the B team, but also about the Horsemen, another Storm Knight group that you had never heard of, and also about something that Rasputin was looking into. They asked you the same questions over and over again, bringing strange, bald women who kind of stared at you intensely. They brought weird science devices that they hooked up to your skull. They even brought in a techno demon once who attached a large sucker to your head. And you felt as if your will was being drawn out through the crown of your skull. You had no answers for them. But I would like you to give me a straight mind roll to see if, or give me a trick roll to see if you discovered anything about the conundrum's plans during your months of imprisonment.
5 plus 8, so 13.
So 13. So that's one piece of information.
Right. What is that one piece that I can share with my friends?
The one piece you can share with your friends is that the conundrum is working with a mummy. The conundrum is part of a group called the Triumvirate, and the Triumvirate has allied with a resurrected mummy within the Nile Empire. And they are planning something big, something huge, something that revolves around a large stone slab just outside of the Jordan city.
Oh. I suppose I tell that to the rest of you. They're quite likely going to Petra.
As a
Well-
scholar in demonology, may I make a scholar roll to see what could be the worst possible thing they would summon or be related to, given the geographical era and our limited knowledge of Nabateans?
You can give me a
Nobody said Nabateans. Where'd that come from?
You can definitely give me a scholar roll, Malachi. This will be a very hard roll. You're looking for a 16. Mr. Furious is right. Unless they're D&D monks, and then they're just out of place.
I have to use a possibility by the one I just got. So altogether, I get a 15.
15.
Would a +3 get you to the
Plus 3 would get him across the line.
All right. You may have my willpower, which adds to charisma, mind, and spirit.
All right.
In your
So, what you do know, Malachi, is that there is rumors, hushed, spoken about tones, things that you have picked up since coming to this new cosm of core, things that were hinted about in the writings of Rasputin that you definitely smuggled in places we dare not mention on stream to take back to the asylum before Alistair broke you back out. There's rumors. There's this massive stone slab just outside of the ancient city of Petra, again, carved into the walls of a massive stone structure. And that this slab is known as the gate to the bottomless pit, or at least is believed to be by legend. It was something that Rasputin was very interested in searching for, but never was able to justify leaving the Tunguska crater. You know there are truth to the rumors of all of the stories that you've encountered here on Core Earth. It's almost as if the stories of this cosm have been brought to life in some strange articulation, whether it's the possibility energy, whether it's something darker, but that the fears and the truths and the hopes and the beliefs are finding roots in the invasion, and the reality and the possibility energy is moving along familiar paths as you go the longer the war goes.
Malachi, is there just one time where you can tell us about the comfortable hammock of easy and gentle rest or the palm tree of great and wonderful tasting fruit that has no negative everything with you is bottomless pits and terrible beasts, and we've got to do this to save the world. It's exhausting. I just got my friend back, and now I've got to go on
Please let me remind you that when I'm in a tropical
Alistair.
situation, when I'm in a tropical situation, my attire is less than welcomed by this group of people.
Look, that's not the point. It's not the
Like,
point. It doesn't have to
Malachi's
be
banana
tropical.
hammock collection is not tangentially related to being a point.
I would love to talk hammocks in blissful speedom, or should I say speedo freedom?
It is a magical place.
Either you're already making me sick, I think, or it could
You
be
see
the
Greg?
plane ride.
Greg definitely gets a possibility for that one. That is mwah. Also for the singular use of revelation.
Oh, so I got your reference there, Mr. Furious.
Yep, I did too.
Wait,
It's a
it's-
magical place.
Don't go
Wait,
there.
Jim, it's not Revelations?
All right, I'll roll for aneurysm, Shelly. Oh. All right, so you guys are coming. Malachi is telling you this. Reggie is telling you this, but all the while you are getting closer to Jordan. What do you guys do? You are. Teddy's been asking that for the last 90 minutes. What's the plan? Are you going in planes ablazing? There are parachutes here.
Is it possible to circle and see what we're getting into?
You totally can do that.
I mean, we're flying one of their planes.
No.
It's not possible. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. So I rolled a 7, which is a -2 to my air skills of 11. So that's a 9. So I tried, you guys. It's the plane's fault.
Yeah, you guys start to hear this. Instead of the very comfortable noise that you've heard for the last couple of hours, you start to hear that's the propellers. Alistair, you've been looking up nervously at the propellers, and you definitely see one of them comes to a complete stop and starts to smoke a little bit.
Now, is that supposed to happen? Or is this just because we let the crazy person fly?
I do love
at that point. Crazy person.
I do love that you guys are leaning into these tropes. You guys are technically now circling Petra, but in more of like a downward spiral.
Cool.
Flying wind machines.
Going down, I'd like to cast Ward Enemy on the group.
Okay. Go for it. What's the plan? Hold on.
What?
Oh, I'm gonna turn this into a little bit of a dramatic task resolution.
Oh, okay.
So Maddie on A is definitely casting Ward Enemy on everyone. If you don't have a plan to get out of the plan by D, gravity will take over and you will still land.
I'll go ahead and get into the cockpit with the crazy guy, and sort of help him with the yoke, and help try to keep it aloft a bit more, and aim for a place where we can actually land like on top of the plateau, so that all we need to do is like rappel down into the Petra.
Do you have air vehicles?
Oh, yes, I do.
Give me an air vehicles roll. We gotta wait and see if that works. Go ahead. First of all, Maddie, what'd you get on your Ward Enemy?
I got a 20.
Okay, so that is an outstanding success. And don't worry, guys. I know the pieces fit. The chat will get it.
Oh, okay. So everybody gets +2 to all your defenses. versus supernaturally evil creatures. And a supernaturally evil creature, if it attacks you and fails, it's stymied. So remember that.
All right. So the next card is True Heroics, and there's a B on this. Go ahead, Teddy. Try and give us an air vehicle roll. Again, because one of the engines is out, we're now at 14 DN.
Did you catch me at 21?
Oh, all right. So here's the thing, Teddy. You know you're coming in too fast, but you're pretty certain that you have enough of a plateau that you can skim the bottom of the plane and come to an edge without falling over. But that's coming up very quickly. And there's too many is the next card. There is a complication. And you guys are stymied. So the air traffic starts, or the air turbulence starts to get really rough as the plane is bouncing around. So with a complication, the things get more challenging. So from now on, if you fail at something, we're going to increase the tax going forward. The landing gear is stuck as it starts to come down. Alistair, the plane is shaking violently. And you can hear this whine punctuated by a thunk, punctuated by a whine, punctuated by a thunk coming from beneath your feet.
Question, Dan. Could I go ahead?
All right. Well, so being from Orish, I've got no idea what the parachute is. So I grab the parachutes that were within reach and I throw them across the area so that they slide well outside of everyone's reach. And I grab a fire axe so that I can try and mash the landing gear back down into place.
Give me a melee combat roll.
Be happy to.
So, while he's doing that, or shall we wait for that roll?
Oh, you can go ahead. This is going to be great.
All right. So I have a couple of cards that I feel like I could potentially combine here.
Okay.
The first one being suddenly, whereas random violence erupts as a crew of villainous henchmen rampage across the area. Would it be feasible that our foes might perhaps be in the region, perhaps driving, a variety of jeeps and other large vehicles
on the top of the
plateau, having seen us come down?
Yeah, there's definitely some on the.
Could we potentially then drive offensively, where you successfully ram a vehicle, your vehicle takes no damage?
Let me see that card. You sneaky bastard. All right, so you will have to trade this card to one of your pilots.
All right.
You tricked me, Ben. Something is going to try and eat you tonight.
That's
I
fair.
want you to know.
That's fair. Okay.
Ben? Oh, go ahead. No, go ahead, Ben.
Which one of my pilots? I get the sense that probably Teddy can technically fly the plane better. But being the gentleman that he was, he simply allowed Malachi to do so.
Well, Teddy was too
I
busy.
have something up my sleeve entirely different.
Does it have eyes?
So the
No, but it's round.
the melee result was 18.
Nice.
All right, you chop through the floor of this thing, and you can see hydraulics that are now spewing oil. You're not sure whether you caused that or if it was here because of Malachi's flying, but you can see the landing
It's old
gear.
Malachi right there.
You can see the landing gear.
All right.
I'm used to seeing them stand on those little silly wheel legs, so I'm gonna try and push it down.
All right, let me flip over to the next card. Ancient Secrets.
Wait, can I? I get to have I can do something, right?
Go for it. Yeah.
Before the next card. So I have sprayed the entire cockpit with salt. Salt everywhere. All
You just
around
start
the-
throwing salt.
Like it's a wedding, and I'm throwing rice. Salt, 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 salt. I'm going to cast Circle of Protection on this cockpit and tell everyone, don't worry. As long as you're within the salt ring, we'll be both safe and delicious.
You know, you had me until I heard delicious.
Right.
Especially
Jim, was part of the problem last time that we didn't have the right step on it?
Yes.
I have a step C card.
So you can play that to complete the. No, so that was just actually the complication was on the card.
Oh,
That-
okay.
yeah.
I just want to make sure it wasn't we missed step C.
No, I appreciate that. What did you get, Ben?
10, a 10, and a 14. So that's plus 10 to my alteration skill of 15. So a 25.
And what does that do for you?
So this has to be adjudicated, but I would just say basically, wait, I still have my evil going. So technically a 30. Yeah, so a 30, it's really good. Which I could take away. So technically there are 5 circles of protection. Diamond, like you see it, like because I cast it 5 times. The salt's everywhere.
How did you
So
cast it
imagine it
5
like,
times? No. How did you cast it 5 times?
Because I'm counting. I'm counting the or 5 targets.
Okay, yeah. I was like, you didn't cast it 5 times.
No. 5 targets. 5 targets. I was trying to do the math of so each one would be actually that I could do 6 targets because I got a 30, and for every 2, for every person I got to take 2 off. So if I take it down to a 20, that's max success anyway. So I can have 6 rings of protection, 1 technically for each of us, sliding around in the like a Faraday chamber of magic rings
Okay.
inside the cockpit.
Okay. And it does. Mr. Furious is bringing it up. Thank you, Mr. Furious.
It's like, yeah, it's not a crash. It won't save us from a crash. There's no reason.
Okay, you also see Alistair and Reggie as all of this craziness is going on, bullet holes appearing through the floor as the Jeeps have 50 caliber Kaifu machine guns on the back of them, and they are shooting holes in your plane, and they hit something vital. Don't worry, Alistair, the other engine is not smoking. It is on fire.
Can I play a setback card on the opposition, please?
You're going to play a setback card on the opposition?
Yes.
All right, their guns
So
jam.
while they are shooting holes in our plane, somehow they've jammed their gun or had a setback of your creative choice.
I will just have their guns jam after they set your engine on fire. The last roll is Ancient Secrets. If you have Scholar 14 plus, test this attempt that any test you make with Scholar is favored. Thank you, Mr. Furious. Have a possibility. Cultists and Oros, treacherous thralls, and Farcold make use of the spell when dealing with demons. All right, so yeah, that's not necessarily going to help you with a plane crash. Last round, there is a D on this card. I'm going to need someone to make a ramming roll because apparently that is the way that you are going to survive this, is by ramming a Jeep.
The drive offensively card.
Is that going to be a air vehicle?
As an air vehicles, go ahead and give it to me.
Okay then.
The roll.
Hey, am I? We're still stymied.
You are still stymied for this.
5 circles of protection then.
Yeah, there's nothing supernatural going on here except for you.
Burning a possibility.
It looks really cool.
I will give you that,
Why do I carry
Valentine.
around the salt if I'm not?
A 20 off
Basically-
a possibility does not explode.
A 20 off a possibility does explode.
In my headcanon, basically he's trying to protect us all from Duggathy should he die.
I appreciate that.
Right,
Would you,
Jim?
yes, sir.
We're back to 21.
Well, so what I was
again.
thinking is, while this plane is getting rammed in towards one of these Jeeps, I was going to pop open the passenger door and just jump out of the plane, shield first into one of those machine gun guys. Not unlike a specific captain.
Yeah, a colonel of some sort. All right.
Colonel Scotland.
Go ahead
Actually,
and
what's
what's
go
up?
ahead.
So, Alistair, give me a maneuver roll.
Would be happy to. Okay, that's a good.
Alistair, do you wear gold brass knuckles?
No, but my shield has got a nice gold cross on the front of it, and
That's
I wear a
right.
kilt, so I'll let you work the rest out.
That's right. That is definitely Scotland's ass. Go for it, Alistair.
So that's a 16.
All right. You see Alistair leaves the vehicle right before you ram into the other Jeep. There is a large explosion of sound and metal. Not a little explosion, but I know you're used to me saying that. And as we kind of regroup with the B team, you guys have managed somehow to land on top of Petra, relatively unscathed. And then Petra, the plateau rumbles, and you can see a large crack running through the stone.
Broken Petra.
Okay, time to go. Time to go. Time to go. Grab the rope. Grab the rope. Grab the cargo netting. We're gonna use
B
that.
team destroyer of famous
Ancient.
monuments.
We're like accidental ISIS.
What's the word?
We're the Anti-Preservation Society. If you've got something old and worth something, we're going to come in and ruin it before someone can enjoy it.
There is a multi-throated howl as if something is being torn apart or being birthed into this reality coming from below you, and another crack appears in the plateau.
Right. We just said it's not Doggy.
You're pretty sure it's not Dog Thief. Okay.
All right. I'm running for the edge, I guess.
Okay.
I was planning on taking all the cargo netting and
Okay.
using that as basically a rope ladder down.
So you're going to try and cut it so that it kind of uncoils like a rope Jacob's ladder.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, guys, I don't know that that's the hashtag we want associated with our stream. I do want it on a t-shirt and force you all to have one. All right, so Reggie, you're the first one there. As you watch, you can see there is a large group. There is this stone slab. It is massive. It looks to be sort of the base of an old pyramid, is what you would guess. Like perfectly square. You can see that it has been brushed remarkably clean, and even from this height, with all of the torches around it and the lights on it, you can kind of feel as if there's something that used to be written on this massive slab in letters or script, maybe 15 feet high, but it's been worn just by the antiquity of the thing. And there is a massive crack running through it. And you can see there are all of these robed figures who are chanting. They seem to be chanting in unison. And you can see as the slab starts to lift and sort of starts to break apart, moving apart as these people chant. You can see the Zeppelin up above, kind of blocking the moon. In fact, it's blocking the moon to the point where you can see there's some sort of weird science device that has blocked out all but this ring around the moon, so that it's only illuminating the exterior of the slab.
Artificial eclipse.
And as you watch, you can see as the stone starts to fly apart, you can see that there is light starting to come up from beneath, almost as if there's like a great burning deep beneath this stone cap. Teddy has made a ladder to get you down the front of this ancient, beautiful stone facade.
Okay, so you see a lot of lights and torches. So you're saying so it's night now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Night still.
Okay.
What's the plan, team? Are we going in guns a-blazing? Per the usual?
Well, we're on top of a plateau, and there's a jeep up here with a very unconscious machine gun crew.
There is.
And in typical style, I think it might not be too bad of an idea to put a brake on the gas pedal and just vault this jeep into the largest group of those silly chanter types. Because I found that most of the time when they're making all of that important noise that's so important to them, it usually tends to disrupt stuff when they stop.
So you're gonna aim for the bushes?
Aim for the bushes.
Guys, that is a big fall, if that is your plan.
Well,
Ready
no, I'm
gets-
not going to be in the jeep.
No, we're not
I'm
in
just
it.
sending the jeep down on top of them.
Oh, well then just give me a roll.
And as it nears impact point, that jerry can that's inevitably on the back,
On the back of the Jeep.
I'm going to hit that with an explosive round.
Zero Earth Element, by the way, invited me to play in the Torg game, and it was wonderful. It's the second game I've ever got to play of Torg. And Zero Earth Element, I feel like this is revenge for how I played Dr. Eli on Sunday. You handled it masterfully. All right, so who is going to set this up? I'm gonna need a land vehicles roll.
I can.
That was what I was guessing for.
All right, go for it. Give me the roll. To hit a target this far away, I'm going to make this a called shot. So that is a -6. You need a 16 on your land vehicle roll.
Team, how stealthy do we want to be? And how
This-
far out are we, Jam?
This would, you guys are about 40 meters up.
I can yell at them and make them squishier if you want.
Oh no, I don't think that is. It's not going to make much of a difference once this
Okay, great.
exploding
Go for
jeep
it.
erupts in the middle of them.
The light is growing larger. You can see, Reggie, as you're looking down there, down the site of St. George's Lance, you can make out it's not one light. It's multiple cinderous lights that are rushing up towards the land.
All right. So with my adrenaline card, my total is a 19.
Alistair weighs down the Jeep, constantly like making minute adjustments to the steering wheel, and then finally lets go of the rock, which just sends the Jeep over the edge. I'm going to need a shot from you. This will also be a cold shot, and because it's in the air, it's an 18.
Well,
That's all right, Reggie. I have faith in you. You hardly ever screw anything up. Twice.
that
in the
is
day.
a -7, so it's a -2, but my fire combat is 20, so that's 18.
That is an 8. All right. So a lot of things happen at once. Alistair and Reggie's fireball special goes off and plows through a ton of the cultists. A number of these red-robed figures hit the ground, start running around, screaming, no longer chanting, as they have been set ablaze or crushed underneath this vehicle. And what you see is the stones start slamming back together as if the slab is being reformed. But Reggie, as you were watching, one fiery orb comes out right before it closes, and it arcs high up into the air. You guys all see it like a star that then comes falling onto the plateau with you guys behind you, several hundred meters away. And it's just, you can see something pushing as if against a viscous membrane, and the whole thing seems to be growing at a remarkable rate.
Oh, I'm sure it's going to be fine. You missed!
You create viscous membrane.
Mr. Sir Malachi, would you be so kind as to identify our new foe? He seems your particular strain of beast.
Well, so I already did take a roll, I have to be honest. I rolled, I took out my little red bottle and I drank it and I rolled my spirit test, and I rolled a 19 on the die, which takes me to a 21. So I am now in ghost mode. And now, at any point during the combat, if something shiny shows up, I will try to steal it, but then be angry that I go through it.
Okay.
Okay. All right. As you turn to ask him, you can see that this light, the cinder's light, is glowing from within, and you see a head, very draconic in nature, start to push up against the membrane. But then you see a second and a third, and as it starts to tear, this massive, chaotic dragon with 7 heads and gold horns turns, stomps, and lets out a howl. And I drew the next card off the top of the deck, and it says "Unpleasant Surprise." Reality rated foes get a destiny card this round.
I think that's you.
That would be villains. Yeah. It is played. So I need first everyone to give me a spirit or willpower test at -4.
I was about to ask about that.
Yes.
So, in my bandolier, I have a flask.
Okay.
In that flask is liquid courage,
Okay.
which is in fact an alchemical combination which I have particularly created for situations exactly of this nature.
Okay.
It's mostly made from the bottle of scotch, which my friend Alistair
just provides you with. All right.
Is
Let's
that
do
where
it.
that went?
it's anyone who drinks it. There's up to five servings per bottle,
Okay.
and provides favored versus fear.
So as this thing is emerging from its viscous membrane cocoon, you're passing a bubble.
Passing a flask around.
That gives you +4.
Yep, it's favored versus fear. So.
Okay. I'm
Great,
going to
'cause
charge you
I rolled a
I'm going to charge you a possibility for that.
Right.
All right, go for it. Everybody makes the roll favored.
That's
Just so you guys know, this creature is very large, which means you will get +4 to hit.
all right. So now fear.
It's also supernatural evil.
It is
So
very
our-
supernatural evil.
Is our ward enemy still in effect?
It is still in effect.
So it's willpower. So it's 12 for my
12? No, you need a 14.
son of a gun. All right. Well, you can have this then.
Hey, I found that extra card.
Darn it! That's at least 10. So I don't go any.
Willpower check is 11.
It is a 7-headed dragon, 0 Earth element. 11. All right, what'd you get?
All right. So it's favored, right?
Yeah. So you pick. If you don't like the first roll, you take the second roll. All things still apply to it.
Okay. So I did also spend a possibility. So it only applies to the first roll.
No, you get your possibility on the second roll as well.
Okay. Got an identical roll to my first roll.
All right.
The
So
fates have spoken. A 13 it is.
very stymied. Very stymied. Malachi, what'd you get?
15.
All right, you are fine. Maddie, what did you get?
11.
Alistair, what did you get?
Exactly a 14.
All right, so the only 2 people who are not stymied are Malachi and Alistair. Taunt and trick are the approved actions. Villains go first, and heroes will suffer a surge.
Huge.
So, as you guys stand there, the first thing that's going to happen is one of the heads is going to breathe fire on Reggie and Alistair. What is your dodge?
Defense.
You're going to do active defense?
Yep.
All right.
That's a 15. My dodge.
Oh, so your dodge is at 15. Don't forget the +4 from ward enemy.
All right. So that's 19.
That's a 19. That would be great. Remember how something was definitely going to eat you tonight? This might be it. 23 is a +8. So what's your active defense, Alistair?
Right, let's see. And this is a dodge?
This is a dodge.
17.
All right.
I do not like this.
What's your toughness, Ben?
Toughness is 12.
All right, so that's... And then what's your toughness, Alistair?
When I actively defend, 17.
17? All right. All right, so Alistair, you take 2 wounds and 4 shock as this thing just vomits up this chaotic admixture of bile, acid, and red-hot chunks that bubbles and hisses and then sprays across the field. Next to you, probably screaming, is Reggie, who will take 4 wounds and 8 shock.
Right, so 4 wounds is me dead.
Do you have a possibility?
I have no possibility.
Chat, do you have a possibility that you would like to donate on behalf of Reggie?
Who's otherwise melted.
Melted! With its other head, it is going to take a snap at Malachi. Wait, you're ghosted, aren't you?
Yes.
Yes, both the dog and I have to concentrate now in order to touch the rest of you as you've touched me my whole life. Because this is probably the end, right? Everybody.
You get a possibility from Mr. Furious. By the way, and this is very important for Malachi. Malachi, in the chat, Kirk has pointed out that the late pledge is open for Pan Pacifica. Oh no.
That's a natural 1 on my reality check.
All right, you will have to make a test to see how dead you are.
Okay.
Alistair, there's just screams of pain coming from your right. What you got on your reality roll or your?
So I'm going to go ahead and spend 1 to soak.
Okay.
And then since I have situational awareness, I'm going to go ahead and burn close call.
Okay.
And I'm going to automatically get an outstanding result and take no damage.
Okay.
Well then.
And then on its turn, it also gets. Let's see here, gloat. It will taunt you as it just lets out a voice that you don't necessarily understand the words, but you can feel it deep and resonant, that you have no way to defeat this creature. It is just the sounds of despair. What? I'm going to roll my taunt, and then I'm going to start with Malachi. Malachi. Ooh, that's only, we're going to spend a possibility on that, because this is a cool ability, and I really don't want to not be able to use it. There we go. 26 is a +9. There is no multi-target penalty on this. So, Malachi, what is your taunt?
15.
All right. You lose a card, a destiny card, random from your pool, and you are very stymied. Maddie, what is your taunt? Or what is Shelly's taunt? Yeah, what is Shelly's taunt?
6.
You are very vulnerable, and you lose a card at random from your pool. Alistair, what is your taunt?
Right now it's a 9.
All right, with a 9, you will lose 2 cards and become very stymied, or 1 card and very stymied. And then Teddy, what is yours?
10.
With a 10, you will lose 1 card and become very vulnerable. It is now your turn. And at the start of this turn, we're going to have you make a test for defeat.
All right.
So this is your strength or your spirit, whichever is lower.
Do the same.
Okay. And it's a DN 10.
I gotta get a 10 or higher.
You gotta get a 10 or higher.
Let's switch dice. Because those ones have been
Those ones that
good.
failed you horribly. I'm watching your rolls.
It's a 19.
Okay, so what does that give you?
19 gives me 6 plus 10, so 16.
That is a good success. You are only knocked out
All right.
with 4 wounds. And you will suffer an injury I'm going to say it's to charisma until all of your wounds are healed.
Ugly.
You are an ugly SOB. All right. And Alistair, he is right. You will apply to your taunt as well.
I'm unconscious.
Yes. All right. It is your guys' turn. Who's going next?
All right, now I aborted my turn, but I have to lose a card at random, so pick a number 1 through 4, Jam.
3.
Took my glory card. You scallywag.
I'm sure you will take that out at booth 1830 at Gen Con next week. We will not be playing Torg next week because we will be driving to Gen Con, but we will be back in 2 weeks. I'm sure we will have a rerun running. Rerun running? That feels weird to say. All right, Shelly, Malachi, and Teddy. Who's next? Yeah, that adrenaline card on Fire Breath.
How high is the Zeppelin?
The Zeppelin is about a half-mile away and about 100 meters off the ground.
Yeah, never mind. Too far.
Trick is the approved action, right?
Trick and taunt are the approved actions.
Yes, well, I'm very good at tricking, especially evil things.
I will point out that as a monster, it is so gigantic that it does not notice most of your attempts to trick it, and is immune to interaction attacks from non-monsters and called shots.
What about Dogathy?
Is Dogathy a monster?
That's very subjective. No, I guess not. No. She's my familiar.
You were Bento. Like Vito, but yeah. Don't worry, she'll probably heal from this. Probably.
Oh, what is its spirit, JM?
Its spirit is 18.
Okay. Is it susceptible to terror? Which is just a fancy version of fear.
I feel like it probably just came out of hell, so less likely.
Yeah, I'm gonna say probably not.
I'm gonna have to draw a circle around us right here.
Yeah, you are.
All right, you're circling a protection. You're circling the salt wagons. All right, give me the roll. Shelly and Teddy, what are you doing? Does anyone have an idea card? Okay. Shelly, what you got? You have plan face on. I can see it. All the way
no.
three states away.
Don't have a plan.
But how will it come together?
All of my attacks are interaction attacks. So if I can't interact with it,
you can try and heal.
But I can only heal once per scene, so Reggie's SOL.
Oh.
Well, once person, one. Oh yeah, you already healed him once.
It is a different scene. There was the travel scene, and this is the new scene.
Okay. I will. How far is Reggie for me?
You can get to him in a single turn.
Right. How close is Reggie to the dragon?
He is definitely within 20 meters of the dragon.
Porking range.
You are within porking range. It's a technical term buried in the back of one of the Torg books. Porking.
All right, team. I'll
It's
put it
physical
to a
actions together.
vote. Do I attempt to heal Reggie, or do I attempt to throw some holy hand grenades at the dragon? Or at the stone slab?
The slab has been sealed again, thanks to the explosive fireball Jeep special. It's karma for doing that. Like, it's not me. Like, that was a sweet shot.
Well,
as a final action, it was really good.
You should probably try and bring Reggie back. That way, at least he has something more relevant I mean, a kill that happened sometime within the last 15 years would be nice for him. So, I mean, as much as the dreaded dragon or beast of the Gamges, which was really just a bloated water buffalo dressed up in some sort of crazy costume. We didn't have the heart to tell him, but this would be a legitimate dragon he could kill.
This would be a legitimate dragon he could kill, and if he does it, he'll be insufferable because he will be talking about this for the next 15 years.
Exactly, but at least it's a different creature.
What'd you get, Shelley?
Shut up about that Corvette of his.
What'd you get?
So I rolled a natural 20 and then a 12. So
So
that is
32?
32 and it's a DN 10.
All right. So that's an outstanding success, yes.
Yes, so he gets 3 wounds, all shock, and removes KO.
I'm back, baby.
You are back.
Is
So
my
now-
horrible visage also repaired?
You have
Grace.
all of your wounds.
All right. Well, I am at 3. 3 is my wounds. I am a
Well,
glass
I'm
cannon.
sorry, Jam. It's 32 minus 6. Is it still an outstanding?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you still have 1 wound because you took 4.
Oh, so even if it puts me into the negative.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do I?
No, you have 1 wound is what you have right now.
Okay.
Teddy, what are you doing?
Are we upwind or downwind of the beastie?
Call it even or odd. I feel like Teddy's
Odd.
also luring me into a trap. Dealer's choice. What do you want it to be?
I want to be upwind, so it's downwind of us.
Okay. It is
Excellent.
downwind of you.
Going and getting a couple of the parachutes,
Okay.
and then I'll be opening them. I'll just open one each round and
Okay.
send it heading toward it to kind of block line of sight or catch it or, get it all tied up or whatever.
Okay. Give me a mind roll. What'd you get on your circle of protection, Malachi? And how many targets are you going for? You got to declare that before you roll. You take the penalty to the roll.
It's just a one good circle of protection around Reginald. And it's not exactly a circle; it's a little more of a chalk outline.
But I will definitely give you a possibility for that one, Malachi. That made me giggle on the inside.
He is very protected. It was a 25.
All right. So if another force or being breaks the circle's boundary, the spell ends. So they take a -2. They cannot cross it. They take a -4 on an outstanding. All right. And that, Teddy, I will say that does feel like a trick, but it is of a scale large enough that I'm going to make you, when you finally get it, I'm going to give you a massive penalty to your trick test, but parachutes are probably large enough to pull this off.
Does the very stymied go against the mind?
It will, yes.
What's very stymied? -4?
-4.
$12.
All right. So this round, you need a 20. But you can try it again. You got, thankfully, because of Alistair's panic, all of the parachutes fell out of the plane when it crashed, as opposed to hanging on the wall where they would have burned up. So, Reggie, you thought you were dead. You thought your eyeballs had seen their last horrible river dragon, and yet there they are. It's in front of you. Shelly standing next to you like a vision of grace. What do?
Stand up.
You cough a little dust out of your lungs.
Cough a little dust out of my lungs.
Yeah.
I raise St. George, and I am going to. Do we know what this thing is? Have we identified it?
No.
Is there a way to? Is that would that be an entire action?
That would be a multi-action penalty.
Yeah. Well, I'm already sucking, so why not? Is there? What would I roll to find out?
Do you have Scholar?
I do not.
Then you would roll a mind check.
Did I do evidence analysis?
No, there's no evidence. Just the thing in front of you.
But I mean, I can compare it to other monsters, which I've undoubtedly studied.
You have Monster Hunter as a profession,
It is my profession.
and you can roll that. So one roll, and what's your other action going to be? You got to declare your whole turn.
All right.
Yeah.
My other action is going to be shoot this thing
Okay.
with holy water.
With holy water. All right, go for it.
That's a 14, so that's a +1, 2, so 11.
Was that with the -2?
And with the -2, no. It's going to be a
9.
9.
It's a dragon, but one with a lot of heads.
Oh, it's a dragon.
What does that apply to your shoot?
The 14. 14 also gives me a +1, so 21 -4. Yeah, that's 7.
-4 for the second, but +1 from the roll,
right?
Which takes you to 18, right?
Yes,
And then +4 because it's large.
correct. So 22.
22 is a good success. What's the base damage on your holy water?
That is +2 damage versus supernatural evil up to the base damage of 16.
16 plus a bonus die of damage. Go ahead and roll it.
Because that's 20.
So the shell explodes, and the creature sort of rears back. It seems, I guess the best thing that I could say is shocked off what you did. It was a great roll. Don't forget to put a card in your pool. That's everything. Yes.
Burnt out.
Burnt out. You got everything is gone?
It's the same as in the airplane. I burnt out my last 2.
Oh, wow. All right.
No possibilities, no cards. We're playing close to the edge tonight, folks.
Quake with fear. The heroes must make a hard DN14 fear test or become very stymied.
You all also have favor versus fear, except for Malachi, who can't drink nothing.
So everyone, give me a spirit or willpower roll.
But favored.
And it is favored. DN14. Villains go first and unfortunately get it up.
That sucks.
Defend is the approved action.
Jam, I'm going to go ahead and use my seize initiative and make you pick a new one.
I would be glad to do that.
Roll.
Open up. Dang it, Alistair. Open up. Nobody has to make the fear test. Friendly fire only occurs on a mishap this round. Attack or intimidate is the approved action. And heroes get a flurry, which means you all get to take one round and then a second round, and then it's the dragon's turn. So
Excellent. And every time we take an attack, we get a card?
you get a card.
Excellent.
So no one is stymied this round. No one is vulnerable this round. Everyone gets a +4 to hit, and you're getting 2 shots. What are you doing? And don't forget, you get a +4 on your rolls as well, Tim, because it's a large target. It's pretty easy to hit with the parachute. Who's going first?
Could the parachute be used as a delivery device?
I was just thinking that too.
Don't look at me. I'm just the GM.
Like, could you? I mean, we have holy hand grenades from our fearless leader here. Could you attach them to the said parachute and launch it across the plateau?
I can
Give me a moment.
I can
They
fly the
do exist.
parachute. I have to use 10. I have to use 2 shock to be able to touch it. But because I can float, I can, on the inside, float it up to like the dragon's mouth and let it drop in.
You're going to try and make yourself a tasty treat that has a holy hand grenade attached to it.
If it helps.
Yeah.
If
we
you-
are the tasty treats.
I do also have a bottle of what's known as iron sheen, which could theoretically be used to make simply part of you non-ethereal. if you were to spread it on that portion of yourself.
We need an action. What are you guys doing?
Well, Teddy, if you want to make him a bit more easy to hit. Now you said that he's immune to cold shots, right?
He is immune to cold shots.
All right.
He's got 7 heads. Each one of them is a giant target.
I definitely want to attack on the first, if we can, on the first round because we have a flurry and we all get a card.
Yeah.
So if we all just like kick it,
I would like to point out, Mr. Furious is saying, why doesn't Malachi just carry the grenades inside the dragon? And Greg is like, just get a combined action for the number of grenades, attach them all to the chute, and unload.
How many you got, Maddie?
I'm not saying you have to do that. But one of the people suggesting it did design the game.
yeah.
I think Shelly has 3.
Okay.
And we're just gonna say it's a hand grenade with some vials of holy water.
That you have. I remember you crafting them.
Uh-huh.
All right. So Malachi, are you delivering this?
I will. Yeah, I'll deliver it. Yeah, I've always wanted to see the inside of a dragon.
Okay. So what's the plan? Are you combined action, all working together on this first round to try it?
Yeah, sounds great.
Yeah. Then the thing is, whatever part the part that I rub with your oil, that's gonna blow up.
Yeah.
Oh, so it could just be like a finger. I could lose a finger.
All right. So what I'm hearing you say is, Maddie, you only need 4 people to get the +3. How do I know this? Because Zero Earth Element had a group of Gospog attacking me on Sunday. So I know that 4 to 5 people combining an action is a +3. So, Shelly's handing the grenades to Teddy, who is tying the grenades with someone else who else is helping. Because one of you will still get an attack action or an action to use this. You're gonna what?
I'm gonna go ahead and charge the dragon.
Okay. So Reggie, you're helping.
I guess so, yeah.
All right, so Malachi, let's start with you. This will be a maneuver roll to get yourself inside the dragon.
Into the dragon.
Oh, Ben. If you were Kowalski, I would totally have given you a possibility for that.
No, just not.
I've seen this movie.
It with nunchucks.
Oh, that is true. You can roll to get better than a regular combined action. So, all of you give me your maneuver rolls. And we will see what you get.
Right. I assume this is actually for a mount.
16 for me.
17 for me.
16. So 16 for Maddie. So Maddie counts as 2 people.
Got a 22.
Shelly is a large, muscular.
You
woman,
count as
so
3
it makes
people. And Teddy, what did you get on your maneuver roll? Sorry.
No, I thought maneuver was for Malachi.
Yeah, he's going to get a bonus to his roll based off of you guys. So you're at least a +4. You may be able to get to. I don't think you can get to a +5. But let's see what Teddy rolls.
I've got a. Yeah, my maneuver's 12.
Okay, so you guys count as actually. You count as 6 people, which is a +4 to the roll. So it takes you from a +3 to a +4. Malachi, make your maneuver at +4. What did you get?
+4 to the roll or to the total?
The total.
The total, 20.
That is a good success. If you can get to a 23, you will have an outstanding. You what?
Action card.
Action
Yeah,
card
my-
23. Ben, please give me, as Malachi, as you ascend into this thing, holding the grenades close, you see, you don't know what you're expecting, right? Malachi, what are you expecting is on the inside of the dragon?
Small wooden boy and his bachelor father of questionable local renown. Oh no! Wait, that's a different movie. Uh, Outtakes from the film Rain of Fire. That's what I see.
Yeah, so that's not what you maybe what we're expecting. But as you go in there, you can actually see that there is it is cold, it is dark, you can't see, you know you're holding the grenades. You have never felt so alone and isolated. You don't feel your connection to Dogothy. You don't feel anything. And I would like you to give me a spirit or willpower roll here real quick to see if you remember what you came in here to do. It's the despair just crushes the life out of you. Or attempts
16.
to. All right. You have a standard success against this. You let the grenades go and you sort of fall back out until you can see the moon, that weird disc on the back of the Zeppelin. You hit the ground, and the rest of you see, well, I would like you to roll 2 bonus dice of damage to what's about to happen. You had 3 grenades, yes, Maddie? Did you turn them thrice each?
Well, I did want to, for flavor, say they're a little extra charged because they've been on me every time that I've gloried. So, there's a lot of glory in them.
Whatever else I can figure out from that.
Yep.
All right, Ben.
An extra 13 damage.
An extra 13 damage. All right. So that brings the total up to that. That's 45. So that's up 15. Yeah, 15. All right. So that will be. Alistair, why don't you give me your attack as well?
I'll be happy to. All out.
All right.
He was the distraction. Make sure that he didn't use
Malachi, supporter. Second chance to Alistair if he hits.
19.
It's actually 45, so it's 4 points.
Reggie, I just realized my Cosm card is captured. So instead of you dying, I could have just had you captured again.
Well, there's
I
always
got a
next time.
23 so far.
Okay. That's right now. You're at a good success. You were about 2 points shy of an outstanding.
Hey, look, an action card. But I don't have. Actually, I'll spend the possibility for the funsies, as I've got them. 30. So that's plus 10. 24 and 8, 32.
That's a good roll. That's outstanding. Go ahead and roll for it.
So that's 2 dice for the outstanding. I'm going to take my 3 shock for another die. And I will go ahead and activate the Cross of St. Andrew for a 4th bonus die. And I don't know if this sacred weapon of mine is going to do anything special.
It will do 4 extra points of damage against it.
I'll do it. I'll take it. There's 10 and another 6. 15. 19. And I'm going to reroll the 1 for another 6. 18 and 5. 24 and 2. 27. 27 and 15. 30, 42.
Yeah.
All right.
As much as
So my first soak roll was a natural 1. Ben can confirm that. So the bombs going off inside the creature do 2 wounds to it on the inside. You can just see, as you kind of rush up to it, Alistar, a huge chunk of the side blows out towards you. And you stab into it. So that's up 12, which is 2 wounds and 4 shock. I will spend another possibility. So these were the possibilities that were spent last round. That's not great. I'm going to spend a possibility on the shock roll. Or soak roll. 24. Alistair, your sword kind of skids along the side of it. And it kind of soaks the roll. But you do get that second chance. And now, Ben, Malachi, I'm ashamed that you spent the 2 shock not to lose a finger. Because otherwise you could have given the dragon the finger. But it is now the flurry turn, everyone. Right, Zero Earth Element? This is how I felt on Sunday. What's the plan, guys, for your second action?
Clearly, we're going to shoot
All right.
2 more holy water rounds, and we're going to give them both. My friend, the dragon.
Okay.
All right, well, that's a -1 to my 20 fire combat.
So 19, and then
19.
plus 4.
Plus 4, so 23.
Did you include the... I don't think the plus 4 mattered with Alistair's amazing roll.
So 23.
23 is a good success, so go ahead and roll 1 bonus damage die. Base of 14, yes?
Yes, 16.
Base of 16? All right, go for it.
And I get 1 bonus die because of the large.
Oh, yeah. So you get 2 bonus dice.
16 plus, so 21.
21. All right, the thing does stagger back, but it does not seem to be as damaged as you would have liked. Who's going next? Alistair, are you going next? Shelly, Malachi, Teddy? I am glad that we don't have to use CGI to remove Malachi's finger.
Do I have to go full John Wick?
That's right. No, never go full John Wick.
Figuring things out. But Jam, do we get the impression because this thing gouted out from a fiery place that it's immune to fire?
No, not at all.
Oh. Well, then in that case, gentlemen, do you have something you'd like to do, or can I light this sucker up?
Oh, wait for it. Wait for it. Give me a moment. Give me a moment.
Waiting.
All right. So the bird, while it had some issues, may still have some gas. So I'm going to open up the fuel tanks. And this will be a multi-action, I figure,
Okay.
to drag something behind me to dig a little furrow that the fuel can follow.
With
and
the
I'm
axe.
running right toward the dragon.
Okay, you're running towards the dragon with the fuel. All right, Teddy, what you got?
I got to push to talk. What do you want on this? Like maker or what?
I'm going to do mind roll.
Okay.
So you're dragging a fuel line. You're dragging high octane fuel. Or low octane fuel, right? The lower the octane, the more the explosion. Higher octane fuel.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a jet, so it's not quite kerosene.
Yeah.
I don't know what they used back in the 30s.
Given the explanations we got about thermite last week, I think somebody in the chat probably knows exactly how it's
It is, and I definitely did not discuss about possible property damage that has happened in our lives. What'd you get, Teddy?
I'm only pulling a 12 on this.
Okay, you don't know how much you got, but you definitely dragged a furrow. Maddie, you want to do something fire, correct?
Yeah, I was gonna do Infernal Judgment.
All right.
And At this point, Shelley's just so mad and wholly offended that it's just this guttural scream. So
Every time Shelly goes out of character, not out of character, but like in a different direction, it worries. Like the midriff.
17.
Screaming.
18 against the target's dodge or dex, but I might dump a possibility in that.
That's a standard success.
Cool, I'm dumping a possibility in that.
All right.
Ooh, that's a natural 20. And a 14. So I had said, so 1 in 20 is 21, plus 14 is 25. So that is 8. And then you said I get plus 4, right?
Yes.
So is that to the total or to my roll?
To the total.
Okay. So 17 and 8 is 24, plus 4 is 28.
28, man. Holy crap. That is an outstanding success. So go ahead and roll the base damage, and I'm going to give you an extra. I'm going to give you an extra 10 to the base damage as you ignite the fuel.
Okay. So my base damage is my faith, which is 17. So base
you're at
damage is 27.
27 plus 2 bonus dice of damage.
So an additional 7. So 34. And it
30.
goes straight up. It's bum. Because I can call it up from the ground.
All right, here's another soak roll. That one went on the board. 3. 3 is not great. Another possibility. All right, the fire is going, but it doesn't seem to have had any effect. Alistair Malachi, what are you doing?
Just to add to the chaos of things, I'm going to go ahead and play my rally card. So
Okay.
anybody who wants to discard as many cards as they want to, and then I'll refill my hand back up to 5 other cards.
All right,
And
we'll
Jam,
start.
do I get a card for that?
You get our drama. Alistair, your new hand is Willpower, Step D, Hero, Action, and Coup de Grace.
So I get to either swap in a card?
Yeah, you get to discard that card and you get a new one.
I'm good with what I got.
All right, anybody else discarding cards?
Yes. All of them.
How many do you need, Kirk?
I'll take 3.
Action, Coup de Grace, Step D. Malachi, what did you got?
Traded my second wind for 1 card.
Glory. There you go. All right, Alistair, you're taking the rest of your turn.
Right, so I guess I will try and do a repeat
Go for it.
for what I did before. All
Oh,
right.
and Jam, just for the image, the fire is going up the backside so Alistair can keep attacking the front side and not get burnt.
I appreciate that.
Not as much as I do. Right, so that is a 28 total.
A 28 total. That is an outstanding success.
All right. Let's see, that is 2 bonus dice for the outstanding. I'm going to go ahead and take another 2 shock because I'm crazy like, or 3 shock because I'm crazy like that. All right, another one. Let's see what I can get out of it. 9, 10, 11. Not as saucy as before. 11, 26, and 430 on the dot.
All right. Possibility to soak. Yes, because these are beta, these are actually technically gamma clearance, so I get 2 possibility at the start per person playing. Why do I keep doing this? Another 3. Pardon my French.
Eddie, this is when we need to get you to buy negation. It's for these special moments.
All right. One more wound to the creature, and you get another card, sir. Transfer. I believe that leaves only Malachi left.
I assume I'm still near the mouth or throat of this dragon.
You're sort of underneath it. You went up, and then you came back down. There's a river of fire next to you.
I'm no longer inside the dragon.
You are no longer inside the dragon.
It's a bad place anyway, man.
Yeah.
Did I describe that well enough, you think?
You're in hell.
That is 4 wounds to the dragon at this point, yes.
Okay.
Greg
Do we
is
know how
following
many
along at
wounds?
home.
Do we know how many wounds a 7-headed dragon has?
Excellent.
Okay.
Play diminish on this dragon.
Okay.
Diminish?
If only
He's
we
going
could build a giant statue of Marduk.
Whoa, you get a possibility for that one.
You know I'm just going to blow it on stabbing the dragon. So
I
why
know
not?
you are.
All right, so I got a 32 on the roll, which is a straight 10 to my alteration, which is makes it a 25.
A 25 versus its what?
Spirit.
Its spirit. Its willpower is a 23.
Nice.
So you got a success.
Tell me if I'm wrong on that, gang, or does it have to be the target? Because my target is its dex, so I think I'm trying to get above its dex to reduce its dex. Is that correct, chat, Greg? Yeah. So what is its dex?
Diminish? No, the DN is the target's willpower or spirit.
Oh. Okay, cool. So basic success on its dexterity.
Okay. What is that? How much does it drop it? 2. All right. It drops it from a 10 to an 8.
Malachi, would 3 more help you get to an outstanding or a good success?
3 more would get him to a good success.
I have an action if you'd like it.
Oh, Maddie, I will trade you my glory card.
Yee, thank you very much, Ben. That's very nice of you.
Well, I just feel like you'll probably use it sooner than I will.
Accurate.
All right. It is now the dragon's turn.
Oh, butts.
I don't like that roll, man.
Why don't you like my roll?
19.
It's a 29.
Dang it.
Plus 9. All right, everyone. I would like you all to give me a willpower or spirit roll.
It's a fear test.
It is not a fear test.
Okay.
19.
19, that's really great.
It's 10.
That's not so great.
7.
What was that, Ben?
7?
Teddy? Just no.
11.
Nan, not a number. Alistair.
17.
Nice.
All right. So as you stand there watching, you can feel the crushing weight of the dragon's terrible will as it pushes down against you. You can see Reggie buckles the knee. Teddy starts bleeding out of his nose. Malachi is just giggling maniacally as if he is welcoming his dark master's home.
Yeah, that's normal.
But Alistair, you sort of step forward, sacred sword blazing. Shelley steps forward, light blazing from her holy, her cross and her book, forcing the dragon back step by step until it hits the edge of the plateau, skids off, scrambles for purchase, and falls off the edge of the plateau. Triumphant and exuberant. What was that?
I said, that's right, Scotland's sons never kneel.
Oh, you lose a possibility. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay.
And as you right, as we kind of pan back, the Zeppelin flies off, Conundrum terrified. And as the scene wipes with the sun rising over Petra and our triumphant B team standing there, we will scene wipe to a lovely beach. The ocean kind of rasping back and forth on the sand. The sun, yes, Shelley?
Well, finish your description, and then I have a quick question before we move past your description.
Oh, well, let me finish my full description. The sun moving back and forth, the waves moving back and forth, the sun warming your skin, that nice bohemian glow all over Malachite. So much Malachite. And as you sit there exulting in a well-deserved break, recreation, an R&R, we're going to pan back a little bit, and there's that weird distortion as the Conundrum looks at the screen. That was impressive. A rasping voice that sounds like seven throats speaking at once. It was easy. Once you know how to do it. Excellent. So phase 2? Of course. And they go walking down a hallway away from a room where all 5 of the B team just sit and rock, looking at the walls, drooling out of the corner of their mouths. And we will pick back up with the B team in October for our annual Halloween event. Maddie, do you have a question?
Yes. As we sit on the beach and we look around, do we see 3 figures? One with purple buns in their hair, a young tan girl with shorter hair.
Sadly,
and a woman.
the crew of the Oh Boy is nowhere to be seen. They do not get their beach vacation. But no, we will come back and find out what happened to the B team in October. But maybe the FET 5 will find out before that. And we will have a FET 5 B team crossover later this year.
That'd be a party, yo.
So, mainly because I want to see 4 bends for the price of 2. I could actually double your cameras so it looked like they were recording. Josh, good to see you. Sorry that you came in there right at the end. Thanks, I know the GM. It was a crazy night, as always, with the B team. B team, you are wonderful. I hope you had fun, and I promise there will be more B teams in the future. Do not worry. This is not the end of your story, just the end of a chapter. We will be back on Thursday with more Behind the Screens, where we have a big announcement. Again, bearing the lead, join us at 10 a.m. I have a special guest, hopefully, for that one, and we'll be making some announcements about what we'll be having at the table, Gen Con. Greg, I hope... Oh, are you going to Gen Con, Greg? But you will see all of us in 2 weeks, not next week, but the week after. The 9th, I believe, of August is when we will be back with the FET 5. Who are also stepping into a massive fight against a Tharkoldian torture machine, a Tharkoldu Alpha, and several cyborgs. So, tune in on the 9th when we will be back. We will be here on Monday for more, for our last session of Deadlands, episode 8, before we go on break again for Gen Con. And I hope to see all of you in 2 weeks for more Torg. Until next time, stay safe, stay healthy, stay B-teaming. Have a good one. We do need a wiki. I think Josh Coggin is right.